Welcome and thanks again for all the interest in the channel and the videos so far. Please like and subscribe and we'll endeavour to get videos out on a regular basis. People often ask me what's the best method for fox control, night vision, IR or thermal? My answer is thermal, but to get to that answer I had to graduate through the different methods. I started out in 1984 with a Spotlight and a 22 long rifle, single shot rifle. I've shot literally thousands of foxes using that method since. In about 2018 I graduated to a first gen thermal monocular and a night vision scope and IR setup. This was a Pulsar Digisight 455 with a good quality dimmable focusable 850 IR torch. I found the best application of the torch was in front of the scope with the remote unit for on, off and dimming near my rear trigger finger. I used this setup for a few years and shot a couple of hundred foxes with it. It was a lot of fun and I learnt a lot from the experience. Overall, the bad points about night vision are transition to the target in the night vision scope from the thermal monocular takes time. Often foxes are moving quickly and the time taken to get yourself away from the monocular and behind the rifle and ready to acquire the fox, then set up the correct amount of IR elimination, then aim, then shoot, is sometimes very excessive. If you can't get eye shine from the animal, then it's often difficult to acquire the target quickly. Getting the right amount of IR can also be an issue. You don't want too much elimination, nor too little, nor the wrong focus. To reduce these difficulties, you really need a good rotary dimmer and a focusable beam torch. But overall, I really enjoyed my night vision IR hunting experiences, and they taught me a lot about the no white light game, probably mostly surrounding the different style of shooting. That being primarily ambushing as opposed to covering lots of ground with a spotlight to find targets. I transitioned to fully thermal hunting in 2020. Now I use two thermal scopes, both Pulsar Thermions, one with a laser rangefinder which is invaluable for determining target ranges. Most of the lessons I learned using night vision can also be applied to thermal hunting, in particular the lessons related to ambushing. There isn't anything alive and with a heat signature that can escape being seen in a thermal. That makes thermal a very safe shooting option, and I can see everything with a heat signature in the sight picture right into the background over a kilometre away. Target acquisition is fast and there's no illuminator on, off or dimming issues to deal with prior to the shot. Focusing is easier and there are laser rangefinder and ballistic calculator models that are very useful. Most of the time I only use the laser rangefinder as I know the trajectories of my loads, so I know where to aim. The 204 is great in this respect as a nighttime fox shooting cartridge, as you just basically aim directly at the fox from 0 to 300 yards. There are a range of different thermal monocular and scope sensor models on the market, and it's a matter of buying what you can afford. Most of the time you don't need to buy the very best sensor models, which can cost the same as a good boat or a house deposit. The mid-range models are fine for fox shooting out to 400 yards. The only issue is at longer ranges with the mid-range models, where target identification can sometimes be difficult in some situations. So you always need to be careful with identification before you pull the trigger with whatever gear you're using. So overall, in my opinion, night vision scopes are great gear for fox shooting if you're on a budget or if you're an occasional fox hunter, or if you want gear capable of both day and night hunting. If you're a specialist nighttime fox hunter, then thermal is the most optimal equipment type as long as you can afford it. As always, everyone has different opinions about gear and different applications, so feel free to comment and I'm happy to correspond. I'll see you in our next video. Thanks for watching.